Hi, my name is David Goodman, David at ProBusinessPlans.net. Today's topic is raising capital. Now, most businesses require money in order to survive and progress. Now, you might be an existing business and you want to expand, or you might be a startup. Nonetheless, you will at some point need to raise money. The topic of our discussion today is understanding the investor's perspective. Why is this important? It is important because if you understand what the investor is looking for, you will be able to satisfy their needs and then raise the money you want. So it's extremely important. Now, my website is www.probusinessplans.net. In that, there are several sheets that can give you some information. One's a sheet on equity, one's on debt. There's another one which is a strategy sheet. And if you fill out this questionnaire, which is essentially a needs analysis, it's a feasibility study in just simple language, and you press the send, it comes to me and I will give you a free evaluation. So this is very, very useful. So, what is it that investors want? They want a return on investment. They want to make their risk less. They want to make their return more, if that's possible. So, why is this important to understand what they are thinking? Because you are competing for their money with other possible investment vehicles. And therefore, your investment has to show that it is superior. That means that you've really understood your industry. You really understand how you compete and why you compete. Generally, companies compete on one of three variables or one or three factors. And these are either being better, being faster, or from the customer point of view, being less expensive. Being less expensive from the customer point of view is a difficult place to compete for startups, because if you are cheaper than your competitors, it could be that you may not be sustainable in that way. It could be that you may be a victim of a price war if someone wants to also lower their price. Being faster may be possible if you have an ability to procure or to deliver quicker, and that might be very useful. Generally, for startups and for new businesses, there's some component that you are better at. And you need to be able to understand that and articulate it and show what the benefits are for the investor in having a better mousetrap, as it were, having a better product. Now, once you have articulated, understood how you compete, you need to have a very well thought through budget. Let's say you're looking for $500,000. Well, you need to have a budget of what you're going to do with that money. And it should be extremely realistic. Some of that money is actually salvageable assets. So if your company does have a problem, those things could be sold for a certain amount of money, and that actually decreases the risk. And investors want to know what percentage or what of the investment is salvageable assets. They also need to know what are the assumptions that are driving your business. And you need to be able to show those assumptions very clearly. And they can play with those assumptions and see if you are being realistic. And you need to show your competitive advantage, as I mentioned before. So, what you're looking at is an investment for the investor, and you are looking for their money. It's either going to be debt or equity. Now, in my website, www.probusinessplans.net, there's a whole page on debt financing where you get loans and you have to pay it back. And then there's also a whole page on equity financing where you're looking for some person to take a share or to take a certain percentage of your company. And what are the pros and cons of that kind of investment? Obviously, it seems to many of us that if we were to get equity financing, that it's cheap money because we don't have to pay it back. But if you do become very successful, well, they have a claim in your company. And if you can start off with some loans, that might be useful, but it's on a case-by-case basis. And if you were to contact me, David@probusinessplans.net, we can start this kind of relationship where we can help you if you need our services. So the key point that we're talking about today is understanding your business from the investor's point of view. Almost like considering the investor as a customer. And if you're looking at a customer, you want to find out what the customer needs are. So by understanding what they're looking for, they want to make sure that there is a competent business, that the team, the people running it, are competent. Maybe they've done it before, or that you can collect together great people to make it work. They're very much concerned about the opportunity. Is this opportunity absolutely fantastic? And if it's a great opportunity, then that's going to excite them. And you want to show what that opportunity is in very realistic but enthusiastic terms. And the next point you really want to be concerned about is the competitive environment. You need to show that you understand all the industry players and their strengths and weaknesses. If you could do a strengths and weaknesses of yourself and your competitors, that would be very, very good to do. What are your strengths? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Now, in our website, we do have a talk on, there's a whole section on, is it real and can we win? At www.probusinessplans.net. Strongly encourage you to go there and look at it and get some insights in this. You can also contact us. So, what we're looking at also, we looked at the people, the opportunity, the contextual environment, and then it comes down to this. And this is what investors are really concerned about. Their risk and their return. They're putting some money at risk by investing in your company. What is the potential return? If you can lessen their risk by showing how competent you are, how strong your business is, and how likely it is to be successful, and if you can also increase the potential of return, then you will be positioning your business through your business plan, through your marketing efforts to investors to be successful. So www.probusinessplans.net. Have a great business.